Let's now cross to Chris Hope, who is with the chairman of the ERG, Mark Francois, now.
Yeah, Tom Emily, I'm with Mark Francois, who's the chairman of the European Research Group of Tory MPs. Mark Francois, you've said just now this bill should be pulled. That is a disaster for your government. Why are you saying that?
Well, because the Star Chamber of Legal Experts, chaired by Sir Bill Cash, spent nearly a week scrubbing this bill, forgive me, and they concluded this. In summary, the bill overall provides a partial and incomplete solution to the problem of legal challenges in the UK courts being used as stratagems to delay or defeat the removal of illegal migrants to Rwanda. A partial and incomplete solution. So the bill, as drafted, is not really fit for purpose. So the consensus of a meeting of 5 different backbench groups that I've just finished chairing was that the government, rather than plough on regardless, would be better to pull the bill and to come back with a better draft that doesn't have all these holes in it.
But pulling the bill means a new treaty. A new treaty means delay, delay, delay. Is that what you want?
It doesn't necessarily mean a new treaty, but it does mean a bill that uses language that wouldn't allow individuals to have endless appeals in the courts. The way, and the Star Chamber have given chapter and verse on this, and it's all now up on the Lawyers for Britain website. So any of your viewers, any citizen of the UK can read it for themselves. We've published it deliberately as a public service. This bill means that individuals can keep tying the government up in legal knots. That's why it needs to be redrafted.
It says in the small print of your legal review today that you need very significant amendments which would change the character of the bill and is outside of the title's scope. That means any offering of amendments you might get overnight from the whips ain't going to work, right?
Well, the bill, because of the shape of it, because of its style, if you like, its legal structure, would be quite difficult to amend. It would be far better to withdraw the bill and come up with something which is much better written right from the word go.
We told this to the whips. Are they aware of your feelings? Rishi Sunak is in the COVID inquiry. What would be your message to him right now?
Well, I mean, the Prime Minister will be very busy with the COVID inquiry. We realise that. I'm sure the whips will... I was a whip once, Chopper. I'm sure the whips will have picked up on the outcome of that meeting. I should add, there's another meeting this evening at 6 p.m. of the New Conservatives, so they were at our meeting. They've issued an open invite to any of those 5 backbench groups to go to their meeting at 6 p.m. The additional thing I think to mention on their behalf is that Robert Jenrick, who resigned over this bill on a point of honour, he will be addressing that 6 o'clock meeting.
There's a man behind us holding up a sign saying, talking about hell and Jesus saves in hell. Do you think there's a snowball hell's chance of this measure getting through tomorrow in the Commons?
I'm a politician, Chopper. I'm not a priest, so I'm not going to venture on questions of heaven or hell.
This could be a confidence vote in the government now, couldn't it? If they can't get this through tomorrow, this government surely could call an election. I
think now that the Star Chamber, who I think most people accept, know their business, they've been through it with a fine-tooth comb, a forensic analysis. They've concluded that the bill isn't really fit for purpose. I very much hope that rather than, plough on and damn the torpedoes, the government will listen, exercise common sense, pull the legislation and come back with something that is fit for purpose.
What matters more, though, maybe a bill which sort of might work, or collapsing the government?
I don't think it's an either-or choice, Chris, if I may. We've had 2 previous legislative attempts at this. The Nationalities and Borders Bill, that didn't quite work. The Illegal Immigration Bill, that didn't quite work. This really is the last chance, so the government will be well advised to get it right.